Well, it's another Gettin Real with Ashleydawn. I'm Ashleydawn, and I want to get real with you. So, I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were talking about goals that seemed impossible. Things that seemed like there was no possible way that it would work out in the way that we needed it to work out, right? And so, I was telling her, I'm like, how do you climb a mountain? And she's like, getting all technical, and she's like, well, you get, your gear, you get your ropes, you figure out which one you're going to do, and she's getting all technical, and I'm like, no, one step at a time. And we forget that a lot of times, and we're like, well, duh, one step at a time. Okay, how do you accomplish a goal? One step at a time. There's a meme that says, like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You take one piece, right? Another piece. How do you put a puzzle together? You put one piece together. Even if you just put one piece to another piece, walk away, come back, put another piece. Eventually, if you keep doing it, if you keep being consistent, you're going to accomplish your goal. So what's your goal? Your goal is to write a book. Well, every single day, write one page or one paragraph or one chapter. Whatever you can do that. Every day. Be consistent. Wake up early, go to bed late, do whatever you need to do whenever you're the most creative, and do one thing every day. Okay? You want to save money. Put $1 in a jar every day. In a year, you'll have $365. Okay? You want to double that? Put $2. You want to triple that? Put $3. You get my point. It starts with doing it once, and then you consistently do it every single day, and that goal that you have, that dream that you have, will come to fruition, will come to pass. Okay, you want to buy a house. That's a dream that I have and many others. Well, you got to start somewhere. You got to start putting money away. Maybe it's getting that second job. I'm kind of there right now. I'm like, okay, God, my hands are wide open. I trust you. I don't really know what you're doing. I know that you have been faithful my entire life. I know that you have never left me. You have never forsaken me. That's your promise in the Bible. You say that you never will. And I trust that you won't, because you've never broken a promise yet. And I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you to lead me and guide me. And financially, I'm going to trust you. Spiritually, I'm going to trust you. Emotionally, I'm going to trust you. Mentally, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to keep trusting you, because you're going to keep being faithful. But you're also going to want me to be faithful too. How do you have a healthy relationship? You be consistent every day at it. You show up every day at it. You're not going to have a healthy marriage if you don't talk to your husband every day or your wife every day. You're not going to have a healthy friendship if you don't talk to your friend every day. You have to be consistent. Consistency is key. You want to work out, you want to lose weight. My friend Erica is such an inspiration to so many people, to me for sure. She's consistent. She wakes up every single morning at 5 o'clock, goes to the gym, works out, then goes to work, has a baby, is a wife and a mom, and runs a house and does all the things, and has a side business. And she's so gifted. But she's consistent. And then sometimes she does it again. Sometimes she goes and works out again, because she is consistently committed to her health and fitness goals. How do you lose weight? Go on the treadmill for an hour every day. Ashleydawn, that's too much. Okay, go for a walk around your neighborhood every night after dinner, or every morning when you wake up. Do one thing every single day consistently, and little by little, you will realize that goal has come to pass. That goal has been completed. That goal has been fulfilled. What's a surefire way never to accomplish any goals? Don't ever do anything. Don't try. How can you accomplish a goal? Try. Do one thing every single day. Well, Ashleydawn, I don't know what to do. I don't know what my next step is. Well, do the next best step. I want to write a book. Okay, start writing. Don't worry about editing right now. And listen, I get it. I'm the type of person, in school, I used to read ahead. I used to do the work before our teacher asked us to do it. And sometimes I do it wrong because I wasn't listening to their advice, right? Their instruction. I kind of am an overachiever. I kind of get a little wild hair up my butt and I kind of run for things before really thinking through them sometimes. But then in the other aspect, I'm an overthinker and I overthink things too. So it depends on the scenario. But it's so easy to be like, okay, there's a mountain in front of me and the mountain is 100 feet tall and it's this feet wide, and you start, I don't want to say rationalizing, but you pick it apart so much that you feel no hope, no encouragement, you're not excited to do it. And so chances of you doing it are very rare. If you just say, you know what, that mountain, it may look big, but it's not as big as I'm making it out to be in my mind. Let me just do one thing. Let me just do one thing right now. Let me just do one thing at the same time tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And let me just keep doing the next right thing. And let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens if I show up to the gym every day at 5 o'clock and I actually work out. Let's just see what happens if every single day I put $5 in a jar. Let's just see what happens if every single day I write one page in my book. Let's just see what happens if every single day I go and I water the flowers. Let's just see what happens if every single day I clean my house. Let's just see what happens if every single day I show up to the friendships in my life. Let's just see what happens if every single day I make an attempt to show my husband that I care about him, to show my wife that I care about her. Because I know there are some guys that watch my channel too. But do something every single day that shows the person that you love them, and watch, your relationship will be better than it has ever been before. People just want to be seen. They want you to see them. They want to be celebrated. They want you to know that they matter to you. And they want to be loved for who they are. Not for how they look, not for how much money they have, not for what they can do for you, but for at the core of who they are. They want to be loved for that. They want to be known for that. That's why I say in all my videos, you are seen, you are celebrated, and you are loved. I've been saying that from day one, and I'll say it till the last day that I'm speaking. Every person wants to know that. If you just told the person that you loved every single day, hey, I see you. Hey, I celebrate you. Hey, I love you. Do you know how amazing your relationship would be? Like, I could write a marriage book. And fun fact, for some of those who are watching this, you may not know, when I was 9 years old, this is like the start of internet and all that, I had a marriage website, and I gave advice to people about how to stay married when I was 9 years old. Now, did I really know what I was talking about? I believe that I was inspired by the Holy Spirit, but I was 9 years old. Other than watching my parents, I really didn't have a whole lot of knowledge of what it took to be married. But I helped some people. They sent me flowers and thanked me for helping their marriage, so there you go. But as crazy as it sounded for a 9-year-old to be running a website giving marriage advice, at least I did it. At least I tried. In my heart, I wanted to help marriages. And at 9 years old, I thought that was the best way that I could, and so I tried. When I was a little girl, I made a little club. It was called Rejects Anonymous. And we all had little nicknames, and I made little t-shirts. Why? Because as a little girl, I saw that there were a lot of people in my cafeteria and in my school that were feeling left out, that they weren't feeling part of the popular club. And I was popular, and I had lots of friends, and that was probably because I have no problem speaking in public, which is a gift from God, and I have no problem making myself look silly in public and embarrassing myself. But other people do, and I noticed that, and I wanted to help them. Now, did my club become, world famous? Did I make money off of it? Did it become successful? No. But it helped the people around me to know that they were seen, celebrated, and loved. This isn't a new message that I'm just saying now. It's how I've lived my life, my entire life. When I see something and I see a possibility for it being better, or I see possibility for people to know how loved they are, I go for it. And sometimes it doesn't go over as well is I want it to, but at least I'm trying. And at the end of the day, I just want you listening to try. That dream in your heart that seems impossible, that thing that's right in front of you that seems impossible, I just want you to try. I just want you to take a bite out of it. I just want you to put one puzzle piece together every day, to put $1 in that jar every day, to go to the gym and work out for 10 minutes every day, to go for a walk around your neighborhood. I just want you to do one thing every day consistently towards that goal, towards that dream, towards that thing in your heart and that thing in your mind that you lose sleep over, that you just can't stop thinking, that at the end of the day you say, man, I wish I could do this. Man, I wish this could happen. Well, how about you make it happen? How about every single day you do one thing towards that goal? You do one thing towards that dream that you have. What in the world are you doing? Okay, you can turn. You can go. Yep, you can go. Good night. This lady, good night, stopped, dead stopped in, the middle of the road to turn into the turning lane that had nobody in it that she could have easily got into. Jesus, please help her drive and help the people around her to be patient with her. Anyway, my point is, do one thing every single day towards that goal, towards that dream. And sooner or later, you will see that that dream has been fulfilled. That goal that you had in your mind that you wanted to see happen is happening. So that is my advice to you. I know that God has amazing, wonderful, great big old plans for you. And I know that sometimes they can be scary. I know that sometimes it can be overwhelming, and you can think in your head, there's no way that I can do this. There's no way that I can figure this out. There's no way. But there is a way, and that way is Jesus. And He will help you. He will encourage you, and He will show you every single day how much you are seen, celebrated, and loved. And if you would just do one thing every day, if you would just take one bite out of that elephant. No, I'm not telling you to eat an actual elephant. But if you would just take one bite out of that goal, if you would just make one step towards that finish line, I promise you that you will accomplish what you're dreaming of, what you have in your heart, and the thing is, it's probably there because God put it there. You probably have nothing to do with it. My book that I want to write, it's going to be about sunflowers, and it's going to be about my faith, and in darkness and in times where I felt all alone and abandoned and rejected, and God has been there, and He's used it for my growth. And so that's what my book's going to be about. And it's going to parallel sunflowers. And so you heard it here first. But every day I'm showing up, and every day I'm writing. And some days that's harder than others because I'm having to go through those hard times, hoping to encourage others through my life story that maybe they don't have to go through it alone the way that I did. And I wasn't alone. God was there. But you get my point. So do one thing every day. Write one page every day. Listen, if you can only do a sentence a day, do it. Because in time, you'll look back and you'll be like, wow. Thank you, Ashleydawn, for encouraging me to start. You have to start somewhere. The makers of Nike did not wake up with a popular brand of shoe. I don't know their story, but that randomly came to my head. They worked at it. The people that made Ford, they didn't just wake up and say, okay, we're going to put a truck together. They worked at it. One step at a time. There's a song, it's by Johnny Cash, and it's one of my favorite songs, and I mean, it kind of is about him stealing parts from his job at work, and I do not encourage stealing of any kind, but he's talking about building a car, and it goes, I got it one piece at a time, and it never cost me a dime, and it's a catchy little tune, but he's basically saying you can build a whole car if you do it one piece at a time. You can do anything if you do it one piece at a time. So I'm encouraging you, grab your piece and get to building. That dream that's inside of you, that goal that's inside of you is there for a reason. And I promise you, if you do the necessary steps, if you put your piece down and get a different piece and piece it all together, God will fill in the gaps. And God will work for you in miraculous and amazing ways. You are not alone. He is with you every step of the way. He loves you so very much. You can call on him day or night and he will always answer that phone. I love you. More importantly, God loves you. You are seen, celebrated, and loved. And here's the deal. I can't wait to celebrate with you when that goal is accomplished. I can't wait to celebrate with you when that dream that you thought was impossible, that you thought would never happen, happens. I cannot wait to celebrate with you. I love you. I'll catch you in the next one.